What's going on, everybody?
Welcome back to our channel. We're back at it today with another video.
Today we're gonna be doing a Q&A, a Mukbang, and a hell of motherfucking questions. Motherfucking police out here, bro. They got us out here answering questions, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Mukbang Q&A today.
This video is sponsored by La Bahia on Lighthouse. Shout out to the delicious food that they gave us and shit for this video. Shout out. Chef Jeezy. I know you cooked it up out there, my boy.
All right, bro. Stop acting up, bro. Like, you're doing too much, bro. That's too much,
Jeezy don't make this shit, bro.
But we are going to be doing some of our favorite items on our menu. Eating, chopping it up, answering some questions. And yeah, just so you guys can get to know us a little bit more, we can kind of, give a formal introduction to our YouTube channel. Any questions that people had about our business, about us, whatever it is, we're just going to get into it. And we're going to eat right now. You want to explain what we kind of got today? Yeah,
for sure. I'm going to start out with my top two, and then you start out with y'all top two, right? Got our surf and turf bowl. Let me open it for y'all, just so y'all can see a little motherfucking what's going on here, bro. You see that?
Surf bowl.
You see that? I know y'all see that, because I see that. I'll be that ramen right here. What you got, bro?
And then we got some of our Jeezy style fries right here.
What? Jeezy style fries?
A little bit of chipotle and queso fresco on top. Sheesh. And then we got one of our very top plates that we have. If you guys haven't tried it, you gotta check our trio flight. So a trio flight right here. It's one of my favorites that we got. We got our quesabirria, our surf and turf, and the Jeezy shrimp taco all in one. So this is one of my favorites right here. And then of course we got agua fresca, one of our popular ones, the cucumber lime
agua fresca, bro.
So that's what we're gonna be munching on today, answering some questions.
Well, this shit fire too.
I'm gonna dig in real quick, take a couple bites before we start answering some questions.
Yeah, bro.
So you nervous, bro? You nervous? I got some limes right here. Bro? Got some limes there.
You squeeze a little limon up in this, homie.
Honestly, I'm gonna put some sauce.
For sure, dog. Ooh, damn, look at it. Already making a mess, homie.
It's all right, bro. It's a mukbang. You're gonna have to make a mess, bro. Especially if the food is good. I'll put some green salsa on my Jeezy style fries. These are like fairly new. Just put these not too long ago.
All right, so you always gotta get the little shrimp. You know what I'm saying? Let me try mine first. Little wok. God damn. This shit's so fire. I want to make you slap your sister. You get it?
I
always want to do it. And there's some good questions. I looked at them. I looked them over. There's some good questions, bro. Some shit you're gonna learn. You're gonna learn a lot of stuff today too, bro. Pay attention, take game, and take heed to what we're gonna say, bro. Because if y'all don't know, we some of the youngest one in the game doing it up, bro. Just letting you know, man.
You wanna say how old you are?
No, I don't want to say how old I am.
Why?
Bro, let me hold on to my age, bro. Nah, I ain't tripping. I ain't 30.
You're in your prime time, bro.
I'm 31 years old, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm 31, bro. I know I look like 34, but I'm 31.
Bro, nobody even say you look 34. What do people think you're like in your 20s still? You burning yourself out.
True.
I'm 26 years old.
I'm 31.
We're like 5 years apart.
That's my little sis. I'm her big bro, because y'all don't know. Big bro.
So we're gonna our formal introduction. My name is Giselle, but everybody knows me as Jizzle.
My name is Jesus, like Jesus Christ, but they call me Jeezy, man, because y'all didn't know.
So we're gonna start off with the first question. All right, what is the story behind La Bahia name, and what does the seahorse symbolize for your brand?
That's a good one, bro.
Hey, bro, you gotta eat while you're doing this. That's what I'm banging. Don't be shy to eat on camera, bro.
I'm trying to think about the question, bro. I can't do a lot of things. I'm here thinking about the answer and then eating, bro. No, I gotta focus on one thing.
Bro, that's what a mukbang is. You gotta eat and talk.
For real?
Yes. You don't think we just had this food sitting out?
Oh, I thought we were just promoting the food, bro. So the story behind the La Bahia name it's just a name we came up with, you know what I mean? I was honestly just thinking about something that's gonna relate to us, something that we can brand out in the future, and something that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? The restaurant's in Monterey Bay. So Bay in Spanish is called La Bahia. So I was like, yeah, man, they just called it La Bahia. I messed with a couple designs and that's where it just started. La Bahia started, bro. You know what I'm saying? It started with a design that I made on my iPad. You know what I mean? The original one.
Yeah. Mascot that some people like to say, it is a seahorse. Reason being why is because we're not from Monterey. We're from Seaside.
Yo.
Grew up in Seaside. Hey, bro.
Seaside, you know what I'm saying? That's where
Yeah, like, you know, up in Seaside. That's our hometown. So we thought it was only right to put that in our logo. You know, that's where we're from and probably represent. So La Bahia with the logo. We just loved how it kind of looked and how it came together. So ever since we put it on there, you know, we kind of just ran with it. And that's really how it came about.
The design now, La Bahia, it really represents us.
Fire right here,
you know what I'm saying? We're the Seahorse, La Bahia, we're the Bay, you know what I'm saying? Monterey, you know, man, it represents us.
I couldn't think of it being something else than La Bahia. You know?
Yeah.
It sounds right. Like, hey, man, we got to go to La Bahia to get some enchiladas. We got to go to La Bahia to get those birria tacos, Jeezy shrimp tacos. It just came together very well. So it makes sense.
Whenever you're starting any type of business, any type of brand, the name has a lot to do with it. You always got to make sure when you come up with a name, it's a brandable name. Something that you're going to be able to brand out. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that in mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess that follows into the second question. How did La Bahia first start?
How did La Bahia first start?
I'm going to say this. Growing up, I will say my dad always had this in mind. Like, it was like his American dream to have his own business, he always worked in the restaurant industry, so that's just what he knew. So I guess that's how we ended up in the restaurant industry. But he always had in mind that he wanted to have his own business. And I do recall, like, I'll call him and I give it to him that when I was younger, I remember, like, we used to go to his favorite taco spot in Salinas. They happened to also be family owned. And I remember him telling us, like, you know, it's going to be us. Like, you know, I'm going to open up a restaurant, you know, and then you guys are going to work it in. The grandkids going to work on it. You know, but I'm like 8, 10 years old maybe at the time. So I'm not really taking him seriously. But now, you know, fast forward, you know, everything that he said he was going to do, he definitely did it.
Yeah.
That's how I first, you know, even it got into my head, like, you know, a restaurant. My dad wants to have a restaurant.
Yeah, my dad always put that in our heads. And this is why I really do believe in manifestation, because I can say I manifested this. Because before the restaurant, I was a barber. All my clients would ask me, you can open a barbershop, open a barbershop. I was like, nah, before I open a barbershop, I'm gonna open a restaurant with my dad. And I spoke into existence. I really did open a restaurant with my dad, you know what I mean? Straight up.
Yeah. So I guess that's how La Bahia first started, you know, with my pops.
And it established on 2015. That's when we started the La Bahia. 2015 when we opened up the restaurant, for sure.
So that also goes into our next question. What was your life like before running the restaurant?
Whew. Them old days. And them was the days. Them was the days. Honestly, before we had the restaurant, I was a barber. You know what I mean? I was a local barber. That's what I was doing, really. I was doing my barber thing. You know what I mean? Probably one of the best out there in Seaside cutting hair at that time. You know what I mean? There was a lot of people cutting hair at that time, so I was probably one of the first. So, yeah, that's what I was doing before the restaurant. What about you, bro?
Life before the restaurant, I mean, I was still like 15 at the time. I was still in high school. So I was a high school student. I was attending high school and then working here, like after school and whatnot. But I was pretty young when my dad and my brother first opened up the restaurant. I was like 15 years old.
Yeah. How would you describe each other in 3 words? Stupid ass bitch. Straight up. I just like.
How would I describe this guy in 3 words? Creative. He's very creative. He has a mind of his own. He's a protector. You know, this guy is a protector. I would say that. And I feel like you got to throw risk taker out there. You know, he's definitely a risk taker. He's not afraid to take a risk. This guy will not know how to do. He will not know nothing about something, like not a goddamn thing. And he's still like, nah, he's still up for the challenge. You know, so I think that's very admirable.
Describe you now. She's a beast, right? Because a lot of people her age, she came in this not knowing stuff and she beasts it out, man. She's a beast, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the way she figures she's a problem solver. You know what I'm saying? She's a problem solver. I'm a problem. I'll start a problem and she'll help me solve the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Good balance.
She's a good problem solver. So I'll say that. You know what I'm saying? Smart. She's smart as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it comes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like the head and she's the brain. You get it? You know, she's smart as fuck. And you know what I'm saying? I could say she's a risk taker too because she risked it too. You know what I'm saying? So I could say that too, bro. You're a risk taker.
Likewise, bro. All right.
What's your biggest motivation?
What is your biggest motivation? You go first.
My biggest motivation, I could just say my family, bro. Straight up. My family's my biggest motivation, bro. Yours?
When I read this question, I couldn't think of like one thing that motivates me, but I feel like what keeps me motivated is just that ambition, like seeing how much we've done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With like not that much knowledge. We don't have like a freaking instruction book. You know, we're just figuring it out as we go.
True.
I've seen how far we come, and it just kind of keeps me motivated. Say, man, I can only imagine how much farther we would get. You know. So I guess that's like the ambition in me, that just like you want more and more, because you see the potential. You know, you're like, you truly believe in what you're doing, and you see like, now we could do something. You know. So I think, yeah, it's just that ambition. What was the biggest challenge opening the restaurant, and what's the hardest part about running a restaurant?
I'd say the biggest challenge of opening the restaurant was not knowing shit about the restaurant industry. That was the biggest challenge to me.
Having like zero to no knowledge about a restaurant.
We didn't know nothing. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know how to do nothing. I was a barber before this. That was the biggest challenge. We came in here blind, and we just had to figure it out while we were doing the job. You know what I'm saying?
It was like we had no choice but to figure it out. You know, so it's kind of what it was.
Shit, we gotta do it now.
I guess, yeah. And the hardest part I would say about running a business now, like Ryan, at this moment, I think the hardest part is the employee part of it.
Yeah.
It's hard to get good employees. It's hard to get reliable employees, hardworking employees, you know, to really just make your team even more solid. That's definitely one of the hardest things that comes to mind. How much do you waste weekly on inventory? Whew. Go ahead.
Depending, it's up to like 5,000 to 8,000 a week.
Yeah. Depending on the week.
Yeah, depending on the week. If we have a busy week, we're going up 8 for sure. Busy, crazy week, summer, probably almost 10. You know what I mean?
Times have changed, I feel like, to back then, to like maybe 2015 when we first opened up the restaurant to current date. Because, you know, everything is more expensive, you know, as far as meats, produce, whatnot.
Everything. Meat.
So,
everything.
yeah. So I feel like everything has gone up. So it's like everybody, you know, says like gas has gotten up. Groceries have gone up. So that's for like a business as well, you know. Like you waste more money now than you used to back then. It could definitely go depending up on the week. But I say on an average, like 5 to 10, like 5 to 10,000 on the average.
10 G's would be like a crazy
week. Yeah, that's like a busy
week.
Summertime. Yeah.
That's 10 G's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. Where did you get your passion for making awesome food? This is a good one, bro. Because
let me see.
This is a good one because again, we've been open for 10 years, so we've came a long way.
Honestly, bro, I don't know what it is. I think it's not even about the passion. It's more about like like I said, we started the business without learning how to cook, so it was more like, damn, we already in this. We gotta learn this shit. So we gotta start figuring it out. You know what I mean? Like learning from what my dad has taught us cooking, what we see, other food that we tasted. You know, you just mix everything up and you just come out with some crazy shit like some Jeezy shrimp tacos. You know what I'm saying? Or some Jeezy style fries. You know what I'm saying?
I would say like. So again, back in like 2015, we had a complete different menu. This is more so the menu that my dad came up with. He was like, you know, what he had knowledge on cooking. So I'm talking about like we had steaks, pasta, you know, we had
a
jambalaya, man. We had a complete different menu, right? But that's not something that I feel like we really related to, or what we thought was fire, you know? Yeah. I feel like even if we don't have a lot of experience in the restaurant industry, we don't have culinary background, you know, whatever the case may be. I mean, the most obvious thing is like, okay, you have a restaurant, you have to have good food. Anybody who's a restaurant owner, you don't want to be known as, you know, a restaurant that has bad food, right? So that's just like obvious. So I think it was not really more so like, not that we're not passionate about what we do, but it's just like we know in order for us to grow or succeed in what we're doing, we have to have good food. We have to serve good food. You know, there's no questions about it. Yeah, so I would give him like the credit, one of the big credit, because one of our top sellers that we have now is birria. This is like a product of the pandemic. So pandemic first hits, we're shut down, boom. We don't have any more dining. And we're like, man, we got to do something to
hustle, bro.
Yeah, we got to do something to make it out of the pandemic. And that's what the birria came about. So I give him his flowers because, you know, he figured out how to do it. Like, you know, how he figured out the taste to this day, it is unknown. You know what I'm saying? He's just, again, like a risk taker, creative guy that will not know nothing about what he got in front of him, but he'll figure it out. And honestly, like, he mastered the birria because we have I would say we have the best birria in Monterey. I can proudly say it.
It's like I said, with me, it's always been like I know when it's time to push like when it's time to get it, you gotta get it. You know, that pandemic stuff had me like, damn, bro, we don't get it together, we may lose this shit. We gotta hustle and figure out what we gonna sell. So chopping it up with my mom, asking my aunties, asking people, seeing how people are making it. You know what I mean? Obviously, the first batches were kind of ass, you know what I'm saying? But I was learning. Every pod that I would make, I would learn from it till I start getting the hang of it. And I was like, all right, bro. Boom, boom, boom. And then, you know, with time, you just messing it up. And you're like, boom. Found the fucking recipe right away. And then we just stuck with it, you know what I mean?
With it. Yeah.
Ran with it. That's what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And I think another thing that comes to play is we try to be very unique with our food. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say, like, the Jeezy Shrimp Taco. Where can you find another Jeezy Shrimp Taco? Only in La Bahia and Monterey.
Where do you have a restaurant that Chef Jeezy makes Jeezy Shrimp Tacos, bro?
Only in La Bahia.
You're getting Jeezy Shrimp Tacos at La Bahia, and Jeezy's making you the fucking tacos, bro. Come on, bro.
That's kind of like what goes behind our head, like, you know, what we process, like, man, like making food that, you know, good food, you know, that we have. It's Mexican inspired. It's a little bit more urban Mexican food, I must say. We're more on the urban side.
Yeah.
Modern Mexican food, obviously, with the quesadillas, and then we got ramen. You know, who got ramen at a Mexican spot? La Bahia does. You know, so that's just kind of what it is. We try to be unique with our food and have flavor. Just have a lot of flavor on there, man. That's really the key to it. Would y'all ever have a mariachi or a grupo at y'all restaurant?
And that's a no. It's too small, bro.
We had before.
Yeah, we had it before, but it's just too small. I feel like the restaurant's too small for it. You know what I mean? It would be dope, you know what I mean?
I feel like not on a day-to-day basis, but I feel like whenever we will have some celebrations, because I feel like we will down the line, we're definitely bringing out a mariachi or a grupo.
For real, celebration.
Who knows what comes to mind? You know, if we ever like, you know, kind of do a pop-up, or if we ever, you know, host like an event or whatever, definitely got to have some live music, because it's not, you know, I feel like it's just part of our culture, and it makes the atmosphere, but not on a daily basis for sure.
Yeah, not like a every week type stuff. Nah. Your favorite food item in the menu? And I gotta say, the Jeezy Shrimp Tacos for sure. Those are my favorite.
I love the Jeezy Shrimp Tacos, but the serving service is like right up there with it.
Yeah,
I really love the serving service.
The share for sure.
The tacos, and these are just tacos that you can find here.
Yeah,
that's it. You know, anybody can make I say this to all my customers all the time. Anybody, you can find an asada taco everywhere. You can find an al pastor taco everywhere. But a Jeezy Shrimp Taco, you can only find it at La Bahia. But I say that with a lot of pride because it's really good, man. Like, once people try these, they're hooked. 100%, they're hooked. Like, this is like people's go-to. They come weekly for these, man.
It's like crack, bro.
Kind of.
You heard,
kind of, because people are like, wait, what y'all put in there?
Put in that shit, bro. Crack is a recipe.
Okay, yeah, and I guess that follows into our next question. What separates La Bahia from other spots in the area?
What spot? I feel like, I'm going to be straight up. I feel like what makes us different from everybody else is that we do our own thing. We do not follow what other people are doing. We're on our own lane and just looking forward. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in this restaurant industry.
Because it's tough.
Because it's a tough industry. So anybody that has a restaurant, we do not hate. We appreciate, because we know how tough this shit is. You know what I mean? This shit ain't an easy motherfucking business. So shout out to all my restaurant owners out there. Salute. You know I
feel like we strive to be different.
Yeah, straight up.
We strive to, you know, not join somebody's category in something, but to make our own category, you know? If everybody's going this way, we want to go this way.
I always been like that, bro. I never follow. I always try to go the other way, bro.
Yeah, I think we just try to create our own way. And we're doing that by just our food, you know, creating very unique food, one-of-one items, you know, just being different, you know, even hopping on YouTube. We didn't see this from anybody in our area, but we just felt like this is what we wanted to do, you know. Who's behind La Bahia? You know what I'm saying? What is La Bahia? You know, the face of La Bahia.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, I think that's really what separates us from other people. You know, we don't try to follow trends. We try to create our own trends. All right. What's the craziest thing that ever happened since opening up the business?
God.
But we got a few.
But the one that sticks out the most.
Yeah. I would say,
you know what I'm saying, before I tell y'all this.
I would say we both had the same answer for sure. The craziest thing that has ever happened to us since opening up the business has been...
We got hit with a lawsuit, like a couple years ago.
Right.
So I say that's the craziest shit that we've been through.
We're just now like overcoming it. We're just now, closing that chapter in our journey. But for sure, I would say the craziest thing, hands down, that's the craziest things we've ever been through.
And like just like FYI, it was a business matter. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing like.
We're a corporation, so our business is a corporation. So it was just in our corporation that we had a lawsuit in that. So yeah, I mean, like for anybody though, a lawsuit it's
crazy,
tough, man. It's a tough thing, especially the source that it came from, and us having to just deal with that, and also just handling the business, operating the business. We're full-time employees. We got so much things on our hands, so it was never like, okay, let's stop what we're doing and let's deal with this. It was like, no, you got to keep doing what you're doing and also deal with this. So it was a lot to juggle, so many headaches, an emotional roller coaster for sure. I feel like it was just a learning lesson, and it made us, it didn't break us, but it definitely made us. It made us, better business people. Overall, gained so much knowledge that we did not have. Not a lot of people have knowledge on the legal side of it, on the business side of it. It's something that, we don't get taught. You got to learn yourself. So,
and I feel like that's something you really got to know. You know what I mean? That's one thing you as a business owner, you really want to know what's going on with your business. You know what I'm saying?
You really got to learn how to protect your business, how to protect yourself.
This is what you go through when you have a business. You know what I'm saying? This stuff you go through, especially that's why you got to learn who you go to business with. You know what I mean? It's a lot of stuff you guys got to, we can teach y'all, but
yeah, we would
drop a comment if y'all want to hear a little bit more about that. We'll do a story time on that.
We would want to do a story time on that, a little bit more in depth. Having a business already is a headache. You get a lot of headaches. It's a lot of stress that you deal with, right? It's not always all beautiful and butterflies and unicorns. No, there's tough times. So if we can give this knowledge out to other business owners on how to protect themselves, something that they can learn from us, we'll be more than happy to do that. And then just a story time with, our experience. So that's something that, maybe hopefully down the line, we'll make that happen.
We'll make it happen.
What's our favorite memory growing La Bahia with each other? Yeah. I feel like my favorite memories, I would say like our LA trips.
Yeah, our LA trips are for sure dope. Just because you can just go, you get back inspired, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like our little business trips are really like the most dope ones, yeah, for sure.
I feel like those are my favorite. We always come back like mad inspired, mad motivated, and especially when we started taking our LA trips over there. We did
already one vlog about it, huh?
Yeah, we did a vlog about it. That's honestly like it took us a while to get there, because you don't know how to take business trips. We had to teach ourselves how to take business trips.
Our first business trip, I was high every minute, bro. I was smoking all day. Since I got there, probably talking, I was high as hell. But
yeah, it was just I think it was more like a de-stressor. But now we've really learned how to make those trips into
a business
trip. Sure. Yeah, I even remember like one of the first LA trips that we ever took when we went to go pick up the taco truck.
Oh, the first taco cart. Yeah,
the first taco cart.
We went to go pick up the first taco cart in my dad's truck. My dad's like, "What the hell are you doing, bro? You don't even know how to make tacos." I was like, "Bro, shut up, bro."
But like more in details on that, it was my dad has a white like a small cabin. It's a 3-seater.
No AC, bro.
No AC, no radio. It's a 3-seater. And there was 4 of us.
And you gotta roll the window, bro. Like, damn, bro.
So yeah, LA trips is one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah,
I would say.
That was a funny one. What's the next one?
What's the biggest lesson you've learned running La Bahia?
The biggest lesson will be you gotta learn how to be patient. As a business owner, you really gotta learn how to be patient, man. I think that's like one thing that the lesson that the restaurants gave me, how to grow my patience, bro, for sure. Patience, because I'm not a patient person, bro. When I want something, I want to do it like, you gotta really be patient. Trust the process for sure, bro.
Yeah, man, I would just say it ties back into our, the legal problem that we had. Who you go in business with is like, it could either make or break your business, for sure. That's a big one. So I think that's just something that is on my top list for sure. Learn who you go to business with, because you can pick somebody to be your business partner, but you got to remember, if you guys don't share the same morals and principles, there's a lot of things that, won't work out. So I feel like there's the small things are going to be the important things. So
yeah, for real.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I've learned. Your dream collaboration for La Bahia. Woo. Your dream. What's yours?
My dream collaboration with La Bahia,
collab.
bro.
Your dream collab, man.
It's La Bahia to collab with Jarritos, bro. Straight up. That'll be a dope one. Or Modelo. Somebody holla at us. Holla.
Yeah. Should we like collab with the marathon? Like the marathon?
The burgers, yeah.
The marathon
burger
brand in general. Like who knows down the line? You know
with
what
like
I'm
a
saying?
big brand, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, the marathon burger spot in LA, like the whole blueprint is very inspiring. You know what I mean? The whole thing behind that business, how they move, is really inspiring. You know what I mean? Straight up.
But also like festivals, for us to put our brand out there in those festivals, like Complex Con.
Oh yeah, Complex Con is one.
I think down the line, that's definitely what we're shooting for.
Yeah, for real.
All right. What can you guys tell the younger generation if they want to become entrepreneurs like you?
Ooh, for all my youngins, I'm just gonna give you one real quick. This one that just came on my head. You cannot cheat the hustle, bro. You cannot cheat the hustle. You cannot take shortcuts to this shit. If you're gonna do this shit, you're gonna have to go in this shit and just trust the process and trust yourself, bro. And just go on it full on. You can never half-ass nothing in this shit, bro. When you're an entrepreneur, bro, don't half-ass it, bro. Even though you don't know how to do it, bro, you're gonna learn eventually, bro. Just take heed, learn, bro, and keep pushing, bro. Don't be scared, homie. Do not be scared in this shit, man. You gotta be fearless, bro. Straight up. If you fail, then you fail. Move on to the next, homie. It's nothing, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, bro.
I say, like, to the younger generation, if you aspire to be an entrepreneur and have your own business and whatnot, whatever the case may be, buckle up, because it's gonna be the ride of your life. Ooh, it's a ride for sure. It's a ride.
Yeah,
a lot of ups and downs. Definitely, I feel like a little bit more lows than the highs. One of the biggest things as well that connects to that is you got to believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing. Who cares if people don't believe in you? Who cares about what people say? As long as you believe in what you're doing, sky's the limit. As long as you got the hustle, you know what I'm saying. You got to have heart too. If you have the heart to do it, to at least even try. Not most people don't even try. At least if you can at least try to do something, you're already halfway there. Getting to success, that's just gonna come with time. You gotta commitment, dedication, hard work. You gotta sacrifice a lot.
Sacrifice a lot.
But if you're willing to do all that, there's no way you can fail unless you allow yourself to fail.
Yeah, this shit ain't over until we say it's over.
Yeah,
and that's the way it is, bro.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
If you quit, you let your whole team down. If you fail, you fail. You get up and keep pushing. But if you quit, you don't just quit on yourself. You quit on your whole team. You quit on your business. You quit on your customers. It's a lot to it. But I feel like you can't ever. Nobody can ever take you out the game. You got to take yourself out the game.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Do you want to open more locations someday?
No. Hell nah, bro.
He said honest answer, bro.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, yes, I would like to open something else, but like, definitely with everything I learned, I'll definitely do something different from all the things that I've learned from this business, and I will put it on the new business. But you know what I mean? We got something coming. You know what I'm saying? Though I'm not gonna say a lot, but we got a couple things on the work. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, more locations, like exactly like this right here, like La Bahia and Monterey. I don't think so. I mean, y'all never say never, but I feel like La Bahia brand, though, La Bahia brand is definitely, going to expand.
Yeah.
La Bahia brand is going to expand. I feel like that's our goal. La Bahia restaurant is just like what initiated the start of it, This is where we learned everything,
This is what started everything. La Bahia started from the restaurant, but we got a lot
of that is going to come out of it, So I guess we'll just leave that one at that.
Yeah.
So that ties into our next one. What's La Bahia's next move? Man.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Couple yachts, nah, playing.
Jets, shit, man. I feel like the next move for us is just to keep growing. It's like we're just gonna keep growing. We're gonna expand.
Yeah, we're gonna
get better with time. Expand our business.
Bro, this YouTube page, bro, straight up. We're really trying to do this content shit.
We're trying to grow our business, and YouTube is included in that. We're just gonna be more consistent on here and just show you guys, like a lot of behind the scenes of La Bahia for sure. La Bahia hustle, we're true to it, so we're definitely gonna come on here, with the truth.
With the truth, only but the truth, no lies, bro, straight up.
But yeah, I guess our next move is just to keep growing, man. That's to keep growing, to keep getting better, keep expanding.
Never know what.
Yeah, keep growing our brand.
Shit, may come up with some weed. I don't know, bro. I don't beer.
Some clothing, a podcast. Who knows? Just throwing things out there, man.
We may have a food truck outside. I don't know.
Who knows, man?
I don't know.
The possibilities are endless.
I don't know, bro. Anything, bro. But for sure, we ain't gonna stop. We gonna keep pushing. That's what it is.
Yeah. And that was our last question.
Just got interrogated. I just felt like, God damn, bro. The police was just interrogating me, bro. For real. Bro.
And yeah, hopefully you guys got to know us a little bit better off those answers. If you guys want a part 2, let us know. I hope you guys enjoyed this mukbang. I hope you guys enjoyed, you know.
I'm full as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
This motherfucker barely ate. I'm gonna just put his ass on blast. He was too shy to eat on the camera, bro.
Nah, bro, she lying, bro. I was trying to eat.
Does it look like
I was trying to eat, but she out ate
like,
everything. Y'all seen all her rotate. This bitch done open all the boxes and ate everything.
It's a mukbang, bro.
God dang, the mukbang is, you know what I'm saying?
And I know you can't even act like you don't eat. We could tell you eat, bro.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't not really eat, bro. It's just that I'm sore right now, bro. I'm fucking
He
swole,
just big
bro.
for no reason, then,
I got
bro.
hit by the bee and I got swole.
Let's go for the next one because it's gonna be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be a good one. You know, we are gonna be eating again.
Damn, you fat motherfucker. All you want to do is eat, bro.
Bro, you can't even talk because you're not skinny,
all you want to
bro.
fucking do is eat,
All you
bro.
do is eat, bro. All you do is eat, bro. All you do is eat, bro. Stay tuned for our next video because it's gonna be a good one for sure. We're gonna have our first guest on our channel.
Yeah, bro.
Our first guest ever on our channel. So I'm excited for that one. Stay tuned for it.
Yeah, bro. I just gotta give you guys a hint, bro. He's a rapper.
We appreciate you guys, all the love and support. Everybody who's been commenting our videos, joining our giveaways. Stay tuned for our giveaway for this video. And that's it. Just stay tuned for the next video. We appreciate the love and support. La Bahia Hustle is going to keep growing. We're going to keep doing our thing. And we're out.